Ice type is A tier, that's a bannable offense here, man. You're on really thin ice. Ha! Really thin ice, you get it? Honestly, the most, like, unjustifiably glazed type ever. By the way, this is for YouTube. Follow, subscribe, whatever. I don't know what kind of, like, funny plant you have to smoke to think that Steel type is A tier. We are making a tier list rather than just making a tier list from scratch. I will take the community rank, like this is the average ranking of the community, and I will try to fix it, give my takes on it, and then kind of make the perfect list in my mind. There is a lot of stuff to improve. One thing I'm noticing right now is that the S tier category is packed full of types. Yo, what's up, TG? Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, Dragon type is pretty much the archetype of S tier. You have amazing resistances, I'd say. Like, resisting the Fire, Water, Grass core is amazingly good. You also resist Electric on top of that, which is nice because you have, like, these dragon flying types like Ment. In what context are rating the types? Like in a Nuzlocke, but honestly, it shouldn't make a huge difference if it's a Nuzlocke or not. I'm gonna do it in a Nuzlocke context, but I think even if you're playing casual, it's probably still gonna apply. So yeah, Dragon, the archetype of S tier, I would say. It's not just that you have good resistances, you hit pretty much everything for neutral, except for Steel. And then Fairy types are immune to you. I'd say, like, what makes the Dragon type insane, you have the good resistances. It's like the combination of having good resistances, hitting a lot of stuff for neutral, and then the biggest thing is the Dragon types you get. Like, the Dragon types that are available are usually pretty insane. Like, just really high base stats, just crazy good. Like, Garchomp, Salamence, all the fucking legendaries and pseudo-legendaries, Dragonites, Dragon is fantastic, so yeah, this can stay in S tier. That's a pretty good take at the start. Moving on to Ghost type. I like Ghost types, I think they're really cool. I think they're really strong too. But in S tier, no. I'd say no. They are strong, but they can't really, like, compete with Dragon types. I think Dragon is, like, the insane type. Ghost has to be S? I don't think so, no. I think Ghost is A tier. You don't have, like, the insane base stats that Dragon types have. 2 immunities is crazy, but that's not really that insane in a Nuzlocke or in a casual playthrough. Like, in competitive, 2 immunities is unbelievably strong, but in a Nuzlocke, it's different, right? In competitive, Ghost is, like, crazy good. In a Nuzlocke, it's nice. Like, especially in a randomizer. So yeah, Ghost is in A tier. This will be no particular order. But yeah, especially in randomizers, Ghost types are so good. Because early on, everything is like the natural moveset, and it's a lot of like normal type moves. So I'll put it in A tier. When it comes to S tier, I will compare stuff to Dragon types. Because Dragon is like the S tier Pokemon type. Water type, also crazy good, but not S tier. Water type is the most common type in the game. So, the Pokemon you have a huge variety of Pokemon. You have completely busted stuff, right? Like legendaries, Kyogre, or whatever. You have stuff that's like strong, like pretty strong, like Quagsire. You have stuff that's like borderline broken, like Gyarados. And then stuff that's like okay to completely awful, like maybe a Azumarill or Lumineon or whatever. Water type has like this huge variety, but I think it just averages out to be an A tier type. You hit like ground types, you hit rock types for super effective damage, fire types, which are dangerous. You have good resistances. Yeah, water types are good. I mean, really common type, lots of awful stuff, lots of really useful stuff. It's pretty damn good. It's like maybe almost S tier, I don't know, but yeah, you have like your awful Pokemon. And it's not insane, but it's like really, really good. I love water types. Really, really good. We like him here. Let's continue. Me and my Salamence against the rest of the world. Yeah, like, that's what I mean. Stuff like Mence or Garchomp or whatever, like, come on. This is, like, super incredibly broken. I won't do, like, a particular order, but Water type is basically, like, high A tier. We can do it like that. It's not gonna matter too much. But yeah, like, if you have a Water type, you'll always have Surf, like, once you unlock it, yeah. Dark type. I might be incredibly biased, still Dark type is definitely not S tier, can't compete with Dragon whatsoever. It's pretty good though. My bias, the reason why I like Dark type so much is, first of all, Psychic immunity is cool. If you have an immunity in general, that's a big, big bonus. But like, you're immune to Psychic and you resist Ghost. Psychic and Ghost types, in my mind, they're like super cunning, super annoying. They use very annoying stuff like hypnosis, putting you to sleep, setting up screens. Like, they're just really mean at Pokemon. And just having a Dark type is amazing. And I really like that. And the immunity is cool. I think Dark types are pretty strong. It's not S tier. It's not like an insanely good A tier type, I'd say. I put it like middle to bottom of A tier. That definitely can't compete with water types. Yeah, it's like a middle to low end of A tier. Dark types are pretty damn good. I like them. I really like them. Is D the lowest tier? In the community list, it is, yeah. I think we should add like an F tier. So, moving on, fire types. Very, very good type. Super strong. Not S tier though, in my opinion, but at the top of A tier. At the top of A tier. Here's my reasoning. So, what are the pros of fire types? You hit a lot of shit for super effective damage. You get rid of the steel types. You get rid of the grass types, which are super common. Bug types are early pretty common. You get rid of those. Ice types suck, but you can kill those too, which is great. You hit a lot of stuff for neutral damage as well. And fire types tend to be like fast and do a lot of damage. So that, plus hitting a lot of stuff for super effective and neutral damage, is already massive. Here's the downside of fire types. First of all, you have a lot of very common weaknesses, and that really sucks. You're weak to water, most common type in the game. That is really, really not great. That's super annoying in so many games. You're weak to ground and to rock. Also pretty damn common, I feel like especially early. So being weak to that stuff really sucks. And the other thing is, if you don't one-shot something as a fire type, like if you don't kill immediately, you're running the risk of immediately just getting clapped, like by a critical hit or something. It feels like a little bit of a gamble, but I think they're really strong. So I don't know if they're like better than water types, but again, this is like no particular order. I think they're like at the top of A, maybe middle. I think they're really, really strong, but you have downsides. Like, the downsides are pretty major, but the pros are also pretty insane. We have electric types. In my opinion, also A tier. They're really good. Like, water's the most common type in the game, so your electric types usually just zap all the water types, take them out. You kill the flying types too. You can just like lead with them and just kill a lot of common shit. I think you're only weak, yeah, you're only weak to ground. That's just one weakness, which is cool. And you resist steel and flying. 3 resistances, 1 weakness, and the stuff you hit for super effective damage is pretty common. So I'd say that is definitely like A tier. Like mid A tier, I'd say. Psychic! Oh boy. Definitely not S tier. The Gen 1 and Gen 2, maybe Gen 3 bias might be super high. I know Psychic types were unbelievably busted early, because you had like no weaknesses. You were like weak to Bug types in Gen 1, and like Bug type moves were like Twin Needle, and shit like that. Like, you basically had no weaknesses as a Psychic type. Dark type came out in Gen 2. Early on, it was super broken, but I think Psychic types fell off a lot. So what do you hit for super effective damage? Fighting types, which is cool. Poison types, okay. Fighting types are a threat. If you get hit by a close combat or something, that's gonna hurt. You kill the fighting types, which is cool. Poison is like whatever, it's nice to have. You're weak to ghost, you're weak to dark. You resist psychic and fighting. That's really not a big deal. You really don't have a lot of resistances, man. Like, they're not amazing, they're like fine. Psychic types just keep getting like slower and bulkier. More defensive, which is kind of weird. It's either high or low B tier. I think about it from a team building perspective, right? I'm like building a team. What types do I want? I definitely want a water type. Dragon type, hell yeah, I'll put that on my team. Fire type, let's fucking go. Electric type, sure. Ghost, dark, yeah. Psychic, do I really need a psychic type on my team? Like, it's okay, right? It's good to have, but I'd rather have something else, right? It's like nice. I'm not against it, like, but I'm not like actively seeking out to have a good psychic type on my team. I am definitely looking for a good water type, for dragon type, for fire type. I'm looking out for that shit. But not for psychic types. If you happen to get one and it's like good, yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, B tier, I think it's fair. I'm gonna... You know what, I'll put it like in the middle of B tier. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's fine. I don't know what kind of... like... funny plant you have to smoke to think that Steel type is A tier. Steel type is absolutely S tier. It's so broken. You want to have a Steel type in every Nuzlocke, even like normal playthrough. If you care about having a strong team, you want to have a Steel type. Your offensive capabilities are super limited. Like, what do you hit for super effective? You hit rock and ice, but just the defense alone is enough. If I compare it to Dragon, it's enough. You resist like everything, bro. I'm gonna put it into the video. By the way, this is for YouTube. Follow, subscribe, whatever. Please. Follow me on Twitch. I stream. So yeah, chat, say hi. Yeah, Steel is insane. You resist so much. You're so unbelievably tanky with that type. So good. Like, Pokemon like Magnezone. Like, yeah, we just looked it up. Steel types also have a lot of secondary types in the game. So, you don't really care that your offense is kind of shit with Steel, because you usually have a secondary type to go with it. Like Magnezone, you're gonna have like your T-Ball, like your secondary type is electric, like for offense, and that's insane. And other stuff too, so yeah. Steel type's S tier. Let's continue. We jump to the fairy type. Honestly, the most like unjustifiably glazed type ever. People really have some sort of mental problem when it comes to fairy type. I don't know what happened. Like, I love fairy types too. I really love them. But I don't know why people constantly whine about how broken they are. They're really good. It's a really good typing. I think A tier is completely fair. I think the community did a really good job here. They deserve praise, but not the amount of it, in my opinion. Like, people just won't shut up about how good fairy is. Why aren't we talking about fire types or water types? It's about as good as these types, in my opinion. Like, okay, what is good about it? You hit dark types, fighting types, and dragon types for super effective damage. That is crazy good, I'd say. Those are amazing types to hit for super effective damage. You resist fighting. You are immune to dragon. massive. You resist Buck, which is cool, but I mean, whatever. You resist Dark. I just don't think it's on the fucking level of Dragon and Steel. Like, Dragon types and Steel types are just these behemoths. Fairy type is close. I think they're really, really good. I'll put them like at the very top of A tier. I'd say they are bordering S tier. You know what? It might be S tier. I might be wrong. You might be S tier. It might be S tier. Your weaknesses are also like nothing. Like, you're weak to poison. Who the fuck cares? You're weak to steel. Steel is like offensively pretty garbage, right? You know what? I can admit when I'm wrong. It might be S tier. If I think about it now, you're pretty much weak to nothing, and you hit so much for neutral. I'm wrong. It's not A tier. Okay? It's S. I think it's S. My final take, S tier, but slightly overrated. Moving on to grass types. I am really happy that the community put this in A tier, because I fully agree. I feel like grass types used to get a lot of hate. The argument was always, oh, you have a lot of weaknesses. As a grass type, you're weak to a total of 5 types. That sounds like a lot, but does it really matter? Let's see. You're weak to ice, the rarest type in the game. A type with no resistances except ice. Honestly, who gives a shit? You're weak to bug. Pretty awful type. Common early, but then you don't really see it. Really easy to counter too. Not really a scary weakness. Poison, same thing. Who cares about poison, bro? You have like 2 real actual bad weaknesses. You're weak to fire, which is scary, and you're weak to flying. And I think flying is pretty damn common. Those are the weaknesses that are bad. You have a lot of weaknesses, yeah. Let's look at what makes grass types amazing, and I personally love them. First of all, resistances. You resist ground. Really powerful, like offensive typing. Really good to resist. You resist water, most common type in the game. Having that as a resistance, huge. And you resist electric. Electric, water, and ground are 3 pretty threatening types. Resisting those is massive. You kill water types, so hit them for super effective damage. Huge, most common type in the game. You hit ground type for super effective. You hit rock type for super effective. Really good. Ground to rock also pretty common, in my opinion. And water, for sure. So, your offensive capabilities are good. Your defensive capabilities are fantastic. Your weaknesses aren't really that bad if you look deeper into it. And then you move on to like move pools and shit. I think grass types are really good support. Sleep powder or leech seed, sure, accuracy might be a thing, right? Could suck, missing like a leech seed or sleep powder. But also sleep powder or leech seed have other appliance, not just like in a literal fight. Like, sleep powder is really useful if you want to catch a Pokemon, right? Leech seed too. So, it has like utility benefits as well. So for me, grass types are in high A tier. So we fixed S tier, we fixed A tier. Ice types, get your ass in F tier. I'm gonna say a few things that I stole from a Wolfie VGC video. So forgive me. So ice types, right? That's brutal strength-wise, right? We're looking at that. Ice is like, I love the Pokemon, I love like the typing, the concept, the aesthetic of Ice is really great. But if I have to talk about like in a Nuzlocking context, hell no. Here's the problem. Ice, you have no resistances. Nothing. Nada. Zero. You don't resist anything. You resist ice. That's it. That is Garbo. That already sucks, okay? Now, here, you might think, wait, ice types are really strong offensively though. Right? Like, their offensive capabilities are great. Like, you kill dragon types, hell yeah. Grass types are really common. You remove those, fucking great. Flying types, also really common. ground types, kind of common and powerful too. So you hit these 4 types, these 4 good types for super effective damage. So you might think they're amazing. But here's the issue. If you look at it, no resistances, but... And this is the point I stole from Wolfie. This is like more of a glass cannon type, where you don't resist anything, you're weak to a lot of stuff too. You're weak to like, Ice is also like weak to anything, I forgot to mention that. You're weak to steel, rock, you're weak to fighting, you're weak to fire. So you want this to be like a glass cannon type, something that claps stuff fast. And there are like these glass cannons, you have like Weavile, right? Which is strong. But most ice types are slow and bulky. Lapras, Mamoswine, Walrein. Like, these are good Pokemon, sure, but the ice type just makes them worse. Lapras would be better as a pure water type. Mamoswine would be better as a pure ground type, or like, have another secondary type. Same with Walrein. Walrein would be better as a pure water type. Like, here's the thing, like, a lot of water types get ice type moves as well. Sure, you don't have stab, but you still have the move pool. Why would you ever want an ice type on your team? Like, defensively, they're so awful, and the Pokemon you get are slow and bulky. Like, ice type is A tier, that's a bannable offense here, man. You're on really thin ice. Ha! Really thin ice, you get it? Yeah, you're thin ice, buddy. Really thin ice. No, they fucking suck. Lots of weaknesses, no resistances. Slow and bulky. The way they built this is absolutely fucking awful. Now, in Generation 9, ice types are better. The ice types they released in Gen 9 are strong. There's not a single, like, really horrible ice type they released. Baxcalibur obviously is really strong. Chien-Pao obviously is really strong. But again, those rely a lot on their secondary typing. A lot. Baxcalibur really relies on that dragon type. Chien-Pao really needs that dark type. Same with, like, Weavile. Like, you need your fucking secondary types. But, like, in isolation, ice type is just absolutely complete shit. Just absolute. It's a crime. But yeah, let's move on. Let's stop the hate. You have like a lot of good flying types. Like in my mind, sure you think about Ments, Staraptor, all that stuff. You hit bug types for super effective. You hit fighting types for super effective, which is really big. And grass types too, which are also common. So offensively, pretty nice. You're weak to rock, which isn't too bad. You have a ground type. Oh yeah, like ground type immunity is huge. Being immune to ground is fucking amazing. Like, especially with stuff like Gyarados, that's a huge plus. That's a really big one. You also resist grass, you resist bug, you're weak to ice, which again, you don't care too much. Rock. Electric is kinda shit, I guess. If I am playing a Nuzlocke, I kind of want to have a flying type. Like, I'm looking for that shit. I want a good flying type. And they, like, every time I have a flying type, they deliver. Like, they absolutely do. They always deliver. Flying type would be clear S tier for me if flying type moves wouldn't be so bad. Are they that bad? I mean, dual wing beat is, like, kind of fine. Aerial Ace. They're not amazing. Like, I don't know. I think it's okay. So many flying types don't even get an accurate flying move of these. Yeah, honestly, I agree. Okay, I'll put them at the bottom of A tier. They are either top B or bottom of A. I think so I maybe agree a little bit with the community here, but I think because they usually deliver, bottom of A. You know what? I agree with the community here. The base power point you brought, like with the moves being kind of shit, I think that's a really fair point. Yeah, you know what? Top of B. And then I'll put like Psychic at the bottom of B because I don't think Psychic can compete with flying. We're moving on to ground types. They are good on the offense, I must say. You hit steel for super effective, which is great. Steel types are cunning. You hit electric for super effective. Electric's annoying too, strong type. Hitting that for super effective, really good. Poison too, which is nice, but I feel like poison types usually have like a secondary typing, like buck or grass. And you hit rock types for super effective too, which is also good. So offense, strong. Now, defense, you are weak to ice. Not the worst, right? You're weak to grass and to water. That is pretty damn awful. Oh, you hit fire for super effective too. I forgot that. Those are very, very common types. Being weak to them, oof. I think they're strong. Like, you're also immune. Yeah, electric immunity, right? That's also a... That's a massive one. Yeah, stab EQ. The problem with ground types early, they had shit movesets at the start. Like, ground type movesets were horrible back then. Like, you had two options. You had EQ, Earthquake, or you had Dig. That's it, kind of. And then, like, in Gen 5, there's, like, Bulldoze. Ground types had such a horrible movesets, bro. That's also a huge minus. Like, there's so many pros and so many cons. It's insane. I will put it mid to bottom of A. Like, behind fire, water, grass, electric. Like here. I think that is pretty fair. When do you want the poison type on your team in a Nuzlocke? You're never looking for that shit. I feel like if you have a poison type, it happens to be there, right? Like, you picked Bulbasaur and then you end up with Venusaur. So it's like, it's actually your grass starter, but you got like that secondary poison type. Same with like Nidoking. You're never really looking for that poison type because, like, sure, you hit grass types for super effective, but you have better options for that. Like, you have flying, you have fire. It's unique, but like, you hit grass for super effective, fairy, which is good. It's a good defensive type, in my opinion. You resist fighting, you resist grass, that's pretty good. You resist fairy, that's pretty good. You're weak to ground, you're weak to psychic too. You resist buck, grass, fighting, poison too, which is nice. And fairy, and then you're only weak to psychic and ground. But your offense isn't that great. Like, you hit grass and fairy for super effective. It's nice. I think I'll let toxic poison types stay in B tier. I think that's fair. Rock types. Now, again, lots of like bad common weaknesses. Weak to water, weak to grass, weak to fighting, weak to ground. You hit ice types for super effective. It's fine. Fire types. Sure, but you are gonna have a water type anyways. You hit flying types are super effective. That's cool. I really like that one. I think the case with rock, and that's probably gonna be the case for bug as well. Rock types are really good early on. If you have an early Geodude, it's super good. Normal resistance is a big thing too, alright? Like, you resist normal, that's pretty amazing. These early rock types are strong, because early you run into so many normal type moves, and resisting them with a rock type is strong. So you resist normal, we talked about that. Fire, poison, flying. That's cool. Resisting fire is huge. Resisting flying is nice too. That is all like really, really nice. I think rock types are really powerful earliest and then they fall off super hard. I think the community is like generally right with D tier here. I'm just thinking about, will I put it at the top of B tier or at the bottom? Top is probably fine. I think I might agree just accurately with this. Yeah, I guess I agree. Buck is kind of similar to rock. I think they are better though. I think they are C tier. I think they're C tier. I think Bug is like the definition of C tier. They are really strong early. You get like your early Compound Ice, Sleep Powder, Butterfree, stuff like that, right? Even Viv or other stuff. So they're really good early. Then in the mid game, they fall off. They don't fall off super hard, but they do fall off. You can still use them, but you'd prefer something else. And then as you progress in the mid game, they just get worse and worse and worse. But they are so strong early and still kind of usable mid game that I think if you just mash everything together, you end up in C tier. Let's finish with the normal type. Normal type in D tier? Are you people nuts? Normal types are great. They're good. They might even be A tier. What makes normal type good, one really big factor is movesets. Swords Dance, Substitute, Baton Pass, Belly Drum, Fake Out. That's more competitive double shit, but you know what I mean. Like, bro, normal types have crazy movesets. Like, holy hell. They are so good. Now, you could say, okay, you don't have any resistances. You have a ghost immunity. Cool. But you also don't really have weaknesses. You have one weakness, and that's fighting. Cool. So, that's like pretty average, right? So, it's like average when you consider weaknesses and resistances. So you put it somewhere in the middle, but then you consider the moves, and you're like, you're golden. They're not exclusive, but they're insane, right? And a lot of normal types get these moves. They're either at the top or at the bottom of B tier. I'll put them at the top of B tier. So high B tier, in my opinion. Those are my takes. This is gonna go on YouTube. Feel free to disagree, to argue. Leave a comment, like the video. Sub to the Kabalik channel. I stream on Twitch. Trying to stream almost daily. Trying. Thanks for watching. Sub, like, comment. It helps. Goodbye.